Okay. Do what now? Yeah. Nice. They got a graveyard on this side. Remind me of Berkeley, California. Going off to the water. You hear water now, don't you? They got these places in the Berkeley Hills where you can go to the trails and go up and see the water coming down the little creek. So here's the water stream here. You okay? You got the right shoes? Okay. You want to put them around your neck? Just put them in the bottom pouch right here. Oh, there it is. There's the waterfall. It's so beautiful. Right there. Because it's a known place. People come here. I know. Yes. So they have benches here, just like in Berkeley, where you can sit. We got a waterfall, honey. Oh, I brought my incense too. We about to do some filming with that as our backdrop. It's gonna be so beautiful. We're gonna set up probably like right here. You wanna get closer? You want to get closer? Over here. Yeah, we out here in nature. Yes. Dallas, Georgia. Beautiful area with the nice creek. And we got a waterfall. So you can hear that beautiful waterfall in the background. Nothing like the calming beauty of a waterfall, the natural spring waters, all this in my backyard, Dallas, Georgia. Dallas, Georgia to be exact. This video is going to be about getting back into nature and what is basically something that could be right in your backyard. So we're here where there's a waterfall. If you just take a moment, you can hear the sound of the waterfall in the background. It's beautiful. And there's a little creek that runs from the waterfall to wherever it goes. I'm not sure. But this is right here in Dallas, Georgia. And so this video is just going to be about getting back into nature and what we love about being back in nature. And what I love is that a place like this reminds me of being back in California when I used to go to the Berkeley Rose Garden up in the hills. And there was a park across the street which had a creek and little trails that you could walk so you can go up into the mountains if you wanted to, or leading into a bigger park or something like that. So there were many trails to walk, and it was just so beautiful because I never mind being outdoors when I was in a place like that where it was real scenic or it had water. And I used to go to that park and write songs or just have the day to myself to just meditate and think about what I wanted to do with my life or whatever I was going through at the time. So being here today, it just brings up those nostalgic memories of being back in California, just being out in nature.
For me, it brings back, I live in the woods in two different instances. So one for the outdoor therapy camp that I went to, OTP. We lived in the Blue Ridge Mountains. We drop you off in the middle of the woods somewhere, and then you walk to like base camp, which is like miles away from wherever that drop off spot is. And then for the remainder time that you were there, I was supposed to be there 18 months, but I was there maybe 3. My mom was not having that. But I lived in the woods for 3 months. So um, it's one of those things where if you're like used to living in the city or even in the suburbs where you're not immersed in nature every single day, and then you're thrown in the woods and you literally have nothing but like we had powdered milk. We had to get our water out of the creek and use tabs to clean our water and boil the water and get jugs. And it was a lot. We had to dig latrines to use the restroom. But after being in nature so long, it begins to break down like what some would call like a hard outer shell. I would say just our like if we're out here, we wouldn't have like certain survival mechanisms that we have in the traditional world that we live in. It would be two totally different things. So you become more in tune with yourself. You become less consumed with materialism and things and to-do lists and places to go, and you know you just go inward, and then you just become more aware of your environment. So if you can, you have the chance, get out and go to nature and be with yourself as much as possible, and use that time to become more self-aware. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're out here just enjoying the atmosphere. The weather is gorgeous. It's like the perfect temperature because it's not quite spring, so it's not hot and it's not cold. It's just like the perfect temperature to be able to have. Even if we had on shorts, it wouldn't be too much for right now. Um, this is a space where I just looked up on Google what is the nearest waterfall near my zip code. So this was it. And this is something that's probably in a lot of neighborhoods or in different areas if you just sought it out, do I want to see a waterfall today? I didn't have to go too far.
I did.
Well,
I had to drive
we're going to find one near you.
66 miles plus another probably 10 to get here, but it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that where I live there are mountains and trails, and I know on the north side like the Appalachian Falls and things like that, but I just think that going to all of them is going to give you a different experience. So it's definitely worth it if you can do it, just to do it. You don't have to people be like, I want to travel, and they think that they have to, leave outside of their, like you said, their community, their city, their state to see things. And we literally have them right here in our backyard. So this is a jewel outside of Atlanta that, you have a day to yourself. You could come out here, a group. There's like families here. There's people doing I guess, what is it called? What is it? Photo shoots.
Photo shoots, a lot of photo shoots. People getting in the water. There's a couple of picnic tables out here. So you could definitely probably picnic out here or have like food.
Yeah, somebody has a blanket out and they have their kids and they're just painting. I know I'm gonna come back and do that with Kai. Like just let her be out here, have a day.
And this is like you don't have to have an agenda. You can just come out here. You can take your shoes off. You can, get in the water, put your feet onto the earth and feel the vibration, the coolness of the ground. So it's just really beautiful. I used to go to another area in California called Lake Merritt, which was in Oakland, and it was a place that was a lake, and it was pretty big, and it was not too secluded to where you would feel uncomfortable alone. So I could just sit out there and relax in fairy tale land or wherever it was nearby because they had a lot of grass and just lay out. and think. Maybe read a book, take a beautiful nap. It's nothing like being able to like take a nap like out in nature.
Yeah, and I have my shoes off so I can stay grounded. And so if I seem very calm, it's because I am. Because when you put air in its natural element, it's in its natural state. I'm not bothered. I'm chilling.
Natural element.
Yeah, this is our natural
Yes.
element. We air signs, so
Right.
this is like the best place for us to be.
So we could take some deep breaths.
Yeah.
Because this is what it looks like right now when it's at the, you know, end of winter. What the trees look like, we can see through here and then not be too bogged down with the trees because all the leaves are still on the ground. So it's a different sight. When we come back and check, maybe later in the spring, and the foliage has filled in, it's probably going to be a lot different and really beautiful as well. But right now, I'm loving the way that it's just kind of bare. And all the leaves are still on the ground. Probably I'm gonna probably collect some pine cones, and there's some different type of logs here that she and I have our eye on. So I didn't see anything that prohibits us um, from getting pine cones and things like that. So that's something we'll probably do. And just look at this beautiful tree that's right behind us. It's beautiful.
Hug a tree. I'm a tree hugger.
It feels like it's happy here.
Hugging trees release oxytocin. If you don't know,
it's here.
So I've released some oxytocin because I've hugged a few trees, and there's like a Gemini tree like right here in front of me. Which, if you ever pay attention, like you see, like the trees, they lean on each other. Like even if they seem like they're separate, they're still somehow like connected.
I'm sure their roots are intertwined underground. And that may be how they communicate to each other, through their root system.
Through your root system, we can communicate through our roots, through our chakras.
But like, tell us where you like to go out into nature and what you like to do when you're out in nature. What kind of scenery do you like to be around? For me, like I said, I love water. It could be the ocean. It could be a creek. It could be a waterfall, such as where we are today. Um, I just love water.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like to be around water when I'm in nature.
And this is just so beautiful because just hearing it is so calming and soothing that it's going to be a little bit different than other bodies of water where you can't hear the water.
Mm-hmm.
So, a creek is very calming because it's just streams really slow a lot of times. And it's not a lot that you might hear unless it's running fast. But
okay, so what is today's video about? We talking about the nature, or did we have a topic?
So we'll see you on the next one.
Oh.
That's private property. if you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe.